Hi everyone. Today I want to talk to you about why you should never shop at Ashley Furniture. Well, first of all, because it's terrible customer service and they have a horrible process. Let me give you an example, and this won't take long. But I recently ordered a three-piece table set for like a living room table set from Ashley Furniture for work, a project I was working on for work. Now, in that, I went to one store and looked around, didn't quite see what I wanted, but saw one or two possible things. So I told the guy I would call him back. He tried to get me to buy right away because, according to him, it would take several weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. And I said, that's okay, I'm not in a hurry because at the time I wasn't in a hurry. And then I tried to call him back and I realized it's a 1-800 number, and you go to some call center in, I believe, Louisville. And at that point, it's like, oh, we'll let them know, they'll call you. And when you call that number, by the way, you hold forever. They always have a high volume of calls no matter when you call, it says. If you can't talk to the store directly, there's something wrong. So that seemed odd. So I wasn't going to buy from them, and I should have done that. Should have went with my first instinct. But I was in another area of town, and there was an Ashley Furniture up there, and I stopped in, and there was a lady who helped me there, and I found the same table that I was mostly interested or set. And she actually gave me her number on the back of the card they give out, the card that has the 1-800 number. She gave me her personal cell phone so I could actually call her. That's why I decided to go ahead and do the order with them. So I put the order in. She said it should be in a week. We can deliver it shortly after that. Is that good with you? And I said, well, I don't need it till around the 17th of October. So we could get it delivered then. She said, perfect, set up the delivery supposedly, and that's the end of that. I gave them my credit card information. This was on the phone. By the time I had decided to actually get it, I had called. They said that was fine, no problem. And then as the 17th came and went, I heard nothing, and I was really busy, so I didn't have a chance to call. And I thought, well, it must be running late, but I called that following Monday. The 17th was a Friday. Monday, when I finally called, they weren't available. I got a message on her cell phone, so I called back, and she did call me, I believe, the next day. She looked into it and she said, oh, well, you haven't signed your paperwork. I'm thinking, what paperwork? And that's what I asked her. What paperwork? I don't understand. I mean, why didn't somebody tell me 3 weeks ago that I needed to sign some piece of paper to get my delivery? So now all of a sudden she has me talk to a lady in the office and explain that yes, when it's a phone order, you have to sign the paperwork before we can deliver. Okay, that's fine, but why wouldn't you tell the person that? So the sales lady didn't tell me that, and the office person that she had me talk to give the credit card information didn't tell me that. And so I was pretty upset and angry with them. So I said, okay, can you send me it by fax and I'll fax it right back to you? No, we can't do that. It has to be the original. So we'll have to mail it to you. Now, what kind of business has to do that in this day and age, that you have to use snail mail? Come on. I mean, this company, you have got to stay away from them. There are so many complaints on the internet about Ashley Furniture that I found since I placed the order, and now I'm adding to it, believe me. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this video, because I want other people to avoid the headaches I went through with them. This was the first time I ever used them, and believe me, it'll be the last. So they did send me the paperwork. Luckily, since they're in the same city, it only took a day. I sent it back. I drove to the post office that day to make sure it went out in the mail the same day, and they got it, but nobody called me. I had to call them, and then I called to set up the delivery, and they're like, oh, we can deliver it in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? It's already in. It's here in the same state, and they have to wait 2 more weeks. So it ended up taking 5 weeks before they were going to be able to deliver it, which was not what they told me. It was more like 5 days when I was first told that. And so I tried talking to the store. She patched me through. This was the 1-800, wonderful 1-800 number again. She patched me through to the store. Finally got to talk to someone. Well, first she sent me to the wrong store, and then they sent me to the right store. So I got to talk to someone there, which happened to be the same lady I talked to give my credit card information in the first place. And she said, oh, well, the sales lady should have told you you had to sign it. And I said, well, that's funny because I talked to you and you didn't tell me. So I asked to speak to the store manager. She said she was the office manager. Some office manager, let me tell you. Nisha is her name. Avoid her. Anyway, I left a message. Of course, I had to leave a message to possibly talk to the store manager. I think his name was Steve Moon, or is Steve Moon. I left actually 2 messages over the course of a week. Never heard from Mr. Steve Moon or anyone at Ashley Furniture, because you know what? They don't care once they get your money. They really don't care about the service that they provide as a company. And it was just very disgraceful service, if you ask me. I've dealt with just about every other furniture store in this city, and I have never had this problem. Value City, the Room Place, Kittles, they're all great. I've never had a problem with that kind of stuff. So finally, we did get the furniture delivered that 2 weeks later on November 6th. And thankfully, that worked out well, and the delivery people were very good. They were on time, although it was late in the day and I had to extend my hours at work. And thank God the furniture was not delivered damaged. So I'm happy with that part of it. But no, I would never deal with Ashley Furniture again. And I really am just doing this video to warn everyone out there, do not buy from Ashley unless you enjoy headaches and unless you enjoy bad customer service and being treated like crap. And with that, I just want to say, avoid Ashley. Take care. Bye-bye.